Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing well. Just going to put some music on. Gonna go grab my chats. Turn on mix play in a sec. Oh, of course. It wasn't on earlier. 1 sec. Alright, mix play should be working now. Just gonna go ahead and refresh my chats. What did Hoop make last time? Hello Don, hello Veeq. Hoop made the cringe uwu one with like cat stuff. So. Well, it's okay. Don just has to make fun of that. He doesn't have to also do it. I think it was the last submission we played, but it might not have been. I think it might have been the last one we played in the first VOD for Full Toilet. The crash is related to something Balathal's working on. Alright. What the hell is you, actually, Helltrix? I appreciate that, Veeq. Yeah, if he's not able to solve the issue, I'm put him in touch with you, actually. Exactly.
You? Is that really you?
Yeah, I'm not doing one today. There's a lot of shit that I've... Like, stuff that's been piling up, like, trying to figure out why the restream chat isn't working properly with YouTube anymore, and, like, little stuff like that, which, in the big picture, doesn't really matter that much, but it's still pretty frustrating. I guess I can try reinitializing the embed. Maybe that'll work. Well, hold on. I gotta compare these. Maybe not on my screen. Yeah, it's the same thing. It just wouldn't have all of the other customizable stuff that I set up, so that's not going to fix it. What's up, Sneaky? What's up, Balathal? You couldn't watch on YouTube? No, I think Dawn is watching on YouTube earlier. You'll just call him a weeb and then move on and make something completely unrelated. Perfect. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to change the title on Twitch and some other shit. I can do the Twitch title from chat. I don't even have to go into my dashboard. Any of you guys into CS, you better be on the lookout later today. We got a real good podcast coming out with Thorin on the Peekers channel. And as a little heads up, since if you're here, you get the insider info. You'll be happy to know that if for some reason the VOD does not go out at 12 Eastern, the Podbean will. So, there you go. There's my leak for the day. Yeah, I actually don't have that much slated for later this evening, so if people are still awake after map crap, I'm gonna obviously take a bit of a break, like go for a walk or something, but when I return, I'm sure I'll be down to do something like that. Can marvel at our terrible skill together. Mostly mine. I am trying to get better at that game, and to some degree, I feel like the just watching the higher level play more frequently now, since I'm like running the podcast and all that, I'm trying to be a little bit more knowledgeable so that if I say something, I'm not a complete mongoloid. That sort of stuff I feel like is rubbing off on me skill wise, but it's mostly like making like decision making shit as opposed to anything else. I'm still a terrible aimer. Although I have been learning the Krieg spray, so there's that. That's a fucking busted gun. As expected. Alright, we gotta place some guards for this guy. Hopefully, we should be able to get more out, like, I don't know, I just want to make sure that we have, we're able to make a pretty decent amount of progress in this fucking, this silliness. Uh-oh. Still not working. Fuck. I think I just forgot to import the plugin. fuck am I looking for? I need my G fuel, guys. I'm nothing without my G fuel. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Give me something to shoot. I hunger for battle.
Very bizarre. I probably need to look at Ollie debug or something. You have to give me a coverage. No, you just have to do your thing, man. What's up, Alexander? How you doing? The copyright stuff is more like a. I think actually I came up with it when we were playing through Fate of Ashenvale, and it was just a copyright of a copy of Malfurion's Quest. But you can also go the Legacy of the Confederation route, where you just like where you do that. I would appreciate it if you did it. It will destroy the video for everybody else. I'm not working on a map crap submission this time, Don. That's why I have a whole map. I feel like the Shaman should probably have a little bit of a larger hitbox, but you know, who am I to judge? Some people want to be fat. Let them be fat. They can actually only build one medbay, so I won't be making them have too many of these. Protoss 1? No, I haven't even fired that one up yet, actually. We've been focusing on a modified version of Eye of the Storm, the 10th Protoss mission. So that's where most of our attention has been, like implementing a bunch of new units and new systems. So not sure when that will happen, like as far as what that means, but you give me copyrighted music I can turn off. I don't know about that one. We'll see. I guess I could, if I play a little bit of it, it probably won't destroy me. Oh, okay. Any particular logic behind that choice, Don? This player color is Sienna. You know what else I can do is I can fuck around with the unit diff. I'll do that later. No, I don't know if he even still has that. You could ask him in DMs. Maybe he would be receptive. But I don't think he, at least publicly, he doesn't usually publicate any of his stuff. His video projects are a little bit different, but some of his Brood War stuff is out there. Rest of it is anybody's guess. Alright, that should be a decent enough lockdown. These guys are going to be real pains in the asses if you let them tank up. You're not really going to see them have too many stray infantry units, not just because they're more of a mech-focused one, but their defined max values mean that every one counts. And I have limited bunkers. So they're relying mostly on mech units for defense in that sense. They'll have a weakness just like anybody else. It's that they're slow as fuck. I wonder if we'll end up implementing all of the other stuff like, will infantry units throw grenades? No. But welcome to the stream. What is your theme? I just posted it earlier. I mean, you can do whatever you like. I'm sure, I mean, it wouldn't be difficult to make marketing a, Oh wait, did you have the same theme last time? I thought you had pizza or something last time. If you had the same theme... Yeah, okay. Because I remember there was some marketing element. Because it was Market Field, from what I remember. What is what noise? Are you behind, Don? Are you getting barked? Or were you referencing the music? If that's what you were talking about, I can't help you. I'm afraid. Alright, let's smack the rest of these. Did I even do his build thread? I don't think I... How many star bases did I tell him to build? Okay, none at the main. That's something we can fix. Bing, 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 bong.
Bing.
Probably want to do this in the EXP things as well. Is there any one of these that I don't want them to seal up?
Bing bong.
Don't want them to seal that up. Don't really want them to seal that one up either. This one's fine, I guess. Alright. So we will do... I think this is their natural. That's their third? What is their natural? Oh, this is the old fucking shit. No, that is their natural. Okay.
Okay.
You. What a fucking question. I can't imagine anything you'll draw on the map will get me banned from YouTube, so... Just don't use one of those fucking picture converters to actually put porn on my minimap. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Boom, 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 boom. All right. One more base to do, and then I gotta do the main, which is obviously gonna be the most time-consuming stuff. What? What could you possibly be awing about? Oh yeah, I didn't place any Wraith Guards. I don't think I need them for the expansions per se. Maybe one or two. But nothing too big. I was talking about this on the podcast yesterday with Mesk, and it's actually, it really is surprising to me how few projects use custom AI or are macro focused in any way. It really involve you actually playing an RTS. I know it's something I say all the time, especially when I'm playing other campaigns, but it really does boggle the mind. Stuff like that. I mean, they don't even need to change the engine that much. Like, what I aspire to make requires a whole lot of engine modification, and I'm very grateful that people are willing to do that sort of thing for me, and in some cases even educate me on how to do some of that stuff myself. And in that vein, actually, Iquare did say he'll have a new PC very soon, so that's very exciting. Because he can be way more productive with... without relying on me being awake when he's also awake. And I know he's been dying to work on his own stuff as well, which he hasn't really been able to do as much without a computer. So... we're all waiting for that. Let's see. The classic Firebat guard call. Oh, we got a different kind of album. A strange kind of album starting. And all these stoner bands are like very, very kooky, man. Very nuts. Very bing bing. I just remembered I had the idea to make like a mask out of the various portraits, like the portrait slots in the UI for Brood War, and use that as a mask for my webcam, and then just fucking have me be the portrait. Please make one AI that uses only fire bats and Hydra just for the sake of Ahmed. Do you remember when Desler spammed like 64 fire bats or something in Celestial Eruption? That was sick. Oh shit, I can't use civilian in this case. I guess we'll say T beacon. Okay. Fixed. But yeah, to reiterate what I was saying earlier, if you guys want to come on for some CSGO fan games or whatever, viewer games, for sure I'm down for that. So that'll be like an hour or two after we finish playing the map crap submissions. So like, I don't know. 4 hours and 25 minutes or something from now? Does that sound right? Or no, 5 hours? Depends on whenever, like however long it takes me to play through the submissions. Alright. Let's take a look at your theme here. Ah, you have to feature an original protagonist. Do you want me to re-roll? Maybe that'll help spark your creativity. Well, I appreciate your sacrifice. Hey, you know what's really funny, Balethal, is I re-rolled through the whole list, and number 1 was must include the Void. So you can take that one if you want. Very fitting for your fucking Metzen dream. Dom wants to re-roll too. You have to wish somebody a happy birthday. I think we've already done that before, but it's okay. Yeah, perfect. You can rename all your units those Metzen names. Were you able to fix the code, or is that something you'll just look into later? I'm not in any rush for it, but was just curious based on what you said. Yeah, sure, Veeq. Well, map must have advertisements. Not exactly different. Let me do something else. Map must be presented like a television show. What do you think about that one? Okay, cool, Balethal. Yeah, I get the universe thinks you're a fucking market man, a salesman, because it went from marketing to advertising to television show. And then you got, listen, it's not any better because the next one was anime, so I don't think there's a winning selection here. You'll just have to fucking, you pick, man. That's very funny to me. What a reality. Alright, since I haven't done the guards for... this guy, so I'm gonna do that first, actually. Then I will look into what Chris said about looking at some fucking... Wow, this guy really is screaming aim on. Stoned Meadow of Doom. I think. Yeah. The artwork is not very inspiring either, considering he's screaming about Amon, and this looks like some fucking void acid trip. And the fucking album is called 3! No way! Holy shit! Oh my god. Of course, man. Jesus Christ. Just when I thought it couldn't get any sillier. Alright, Grail Knights. Let's check this out, dude. Wow. I love my stock fucking visual effects. Oh shit, is this a music video? Let's watch the music video, guys! Oh man, I already hate it. I hate it so much. This is like, I don't know if I showed it on stream, but this reminds me a lot of the I Wrestled a Bear Once music video that I really fucking despise, which is just... It's like, we know we're being silly and goofy and LOL, and that's the joke. Like, that's actually worse than not knowing that it's... Like, if you're just ignorant, you know what I mean? That's actually way more acceptable to me than knowing it's retarded and still doing it, you know what I mean? But maybe that's just me. But there's some production value went into this, but... It's, it's so fucking annoying. Alright, get this guy off my screen. I still can't believe that 3 song was real, man. Holy fuck. I like that my alt tab is... Like, the image is frozen on the alt tab, so you just see this fucking idiot smiling. That's some good shit right there. The fucking... Scene from a nightmare. You wake up and that guy's smiling at you, just fucking Brexit hard immediately. See you later, dude. Run away screaming into the night. Okay. Dude, fuck that guy, honestly. Whoever did that. Whoever wrote that line needs to die. Oh yeah, I can do that too. That's another thing I've been meaning to do. When he said laughs internally. Just putting memes into your fucking lines. Makes me sick. Sick to my stomach, I tells ya. What a fucking fuck. Maybe. Maybe I just fucking made that up and destroyed them for no reason. But I like to imagine that confirmation bias is just my reality. Actually, that's what I prefer. It's my sexual preference right there. No, it was laughs internally or something. It was, I don't know, man. It probably was just what Alexander put in the chat. That does make more sense as a line, anyway. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. That's not what I meant to do. No. Oops. There are dogs barking. I can hear the dogs in my sleep. What's Dawn's new theme? Oh yeah, I should probably update the themes in there. What did you pick out of your themes, Veeq? Would I do porn? No. I would rather get into a business that has at least some chance of succeeding. Oops. All of them? Oh, okay. Fire your wife. I like the idea of just like, all right, you know, one day you wake up, you're fired, dude. Get the fuck out of my house. Yeah, probably wouldn't. But you know, what doesn't kill you makes you angrier. Those Marvel movies are, they really start to blend into one after a while. Some of them are okay, but you kind of have to look at them as a weird class of entertainment. Because if you take them too seriously, they fall apart. So you have to, like, deliberately not look into shit when it pops up into your, right in front of your face. And just focus on, like, well, the characters are what's important. And I guess they are, but they also, like, some of their foundations are based in very flawed source material. And not only the source material, but also how it's portrayed in this, where it's different in the films, obviously. Like, they do creative liberties or whatever to make a film acceptable. Or work in an environment of a film. They fuck everything up. And I'm not a comic book guy, so I don't have any vested interest in whether or not they're faithful to the original source material. I would prefer that they adapt where needed. Like, edit the source material where it's required. Well, I mean, the problem is you can have jokes and still have a serious central underlying plot, right? Yeah, I've heard Thor 3 was very heavy on the comic relief. I only watched the first one, and it was a fucking bore, so I never bothered looking into the rest of them, but... Oh, void. Oh, I told you, happy birthday. It's the wish somebody a birthday thing. He was talking about the birthday stuff. Mythology movies are pretty rare, and usually they're like... That's one thing where I feel like the source material could be so easily adapted without actually changing too much. You just need to find a clever way to depict a certain situation. And yet, probably very few films actually do that. But you guys know, like, I don't remember what the fuck it's called. It's like a Pareto distribution or something, where, like, the top 1% of people, or 10% of employees do 90% of the work, or some fucking weird shit like that. I forget what the actual classification for it is, but it's really strange that, but you see stuff like that with pretty much everything. And one of the things that got me thinking about was, what would it, like, if you actually looked at the level of quality in like an industry like film or games, would it match up with that? And it probably does. Like, 10% of the titles account for 90% of the positive experiences, you know, or something. Like, I don't know how you would classify that exactly, obviously, but that's probably true in that case. But with games, and with even, like, especially, like, custom content, like custom campaigns, it seems like there's no percent that are positive, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, Heltrix, I feel you, man. I actually got some really good sleep today, I felt like, but definitely still in a little bit of a... I feel well rested, and I don't feel like I'm struggling. I'm just feeling comfortably sort of slow, if that makes any sense. Like, comfortably, not really sleepy, but still awakening. And I feel like that's a-okay. If I was actually doing a mapcraft submission, I would probably be a little bit more fucked, but, you know. No need. 1% of custom campaigns are responsible. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the thing is, like, obviously, I mean, it seems inarguable that people had a positive experience with Legacy of the Confederation, which of all fucking things, like, I never expected to say those words. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean that was a positive experience? But people are into it. It's like eating shit. You can't explain it. You can just observe. Or turn away in shame of sharing a race with such cretins. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it feels like it's not... it doesn't make any sense. Like, are 90% of people really just doing 10% of the work? Like, are 90% of people really doing nothing, basically, comparatively? Relative to the other people. Yeah, people are into that. What a fucking mess. I just closed Firegraft as Iquor was sending me more stuff to compile. I should know better. I should know better by now not to do that. The fuck is load unload? Alright. While that compiles, big stretch. I was going to tell this story in the podcast, but I didn't find a good time to mention it. But now is a good time. I was walking to my mother's house yesterday, and a Brazilian kid was on a bike, and he was walking toward, or biking towards me. And we were sharing the same area of the sidewalk, like the same lane, if you will. And he's going my way, and I'm going his way. So he
Want to turn up the heat?
he mentioned something like, well, that just does nothing. So the kid on the bike is coming my way, and he doesn't change lanes in the sidewalk. He's not doing anything, and I'm walking, and he's coming towards me, and I'm like, all right, well, this is fucked up. And I move to the left to change lanes. He moves to his right, I guess, and he just rams right into me. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry." I was like, "You all right there?" Like, I wasn't really that injured. Like, it's not like I suffered a grievous blow. It's sort of like, you know, I just caught myself real quick, and then it was fine. But his hat fell down on the ground. I picked up his hat and tried to hand it to him, and he's like, "Okay, bro." And he, like, tried to give me a fist bump, and I was like, "Dude, look at your hat." Like, take your fucking hat, dude. What are you doing? He was all, I don't know what the fuck was going on with him. Just a surreal experience. And then as he's driving away, the Arabian guys that run the gas station, which is like was right next to where the impact occurred, were like, "What happened?" And I explained to them what happened, and they were like, "Yeah, he doesn't have brakes on his bike. The Spanish don't like brakes on their bikes." I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that a fucking stereotype and or true? Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with these people? He might have been on his phone or something. I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been. I get, like, I take responsibility for that as well, but when, you know, like, there wasn't really much time for me to make a change there, so, like, I probably should have just stepped on the grass or something, but I just changed lanes thinking that's what you do if the other person isn't, and he was doing the same thing, so we both lost that game of chicken, I suppose. All right. So I've done the done a little bit of work here. Not much, but a little bit. Hey. I really kind of fucked up here. I blocked my notifications on Twitch. Now I can't see them, even though I can see that I have them. But I can't actually click on the thing because I deleted it in using uBlock. What's up, my name is Lowell. Yeah, Amon and Martha, I was actually playing their music earlier, and that's what got some shit blocked for me on YouTube. What the fuck? What a useless fucking app, honestly. That whole album was just very derivative, in my opinion. Their best work was probably on, like, Versus the World and Once Sent from the Golden Hall and stuff like that. Not to sound like a hipster, but their old stuff was better. I haven't heard their latest album, though. The thing with Amon Amarth, it's exactly like Marvel movies. Like modern Amon Amarth, you can't go wrong. It's pretty much like, it's gonna be well made, it's gonna be well crafted, there's gonna be some catchy hooks in there. It's good melodeath. But you want more substance than that, you gotta look elsewhere. Popcorn music, as opposed to popcorn movies. But I'm also like, I'm not really in the know with the metal music that have been released lately. Ever since I stopped reviewing it back in like 2014 or something, I haven't paid any attention to it, basically. What's up, Michaela? Yeah, I'm doing some, well, I was doing some work earlier. Now I'm just going to get some food. I'll be right back. Y'all ever accidentally have water go down the wrong way? Jesus. Oh, I'm out of peanut butter in this jar. Time to open a new one. Or maybe not. Maybe I can make this one work. Yeah, it's not really, but it's ah. It's a great sound effect. Should record that one for later. Alright, let's get back to it. Thanks, Don. That's not exactly the hole I was talking about, if you know what I mean. Let's just say that there's some pipes, and they don't really communicate to each other very well. So don't mix them up, okay? Take it from me. No, silly. You got your esophagus and you got your air pipe. Or maybe they're both in the esophagus, probably. Well, one's for food and water, and the other one's for fucking air. Windpipe. And that's where my water went. It's not supposed to go there. Oh yeah. What did he say? What the fuck? Get race search was unsuccessful aside from checking for Terran race in harvest order. Why would you need that? Very strange behavior. Dude, every single time I look a little bit deeper, or somebody else looks a little bit deeper into Brood War, we just get more and more embarrassed at Blizzard's coding capabilities. Just learn how to drink. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little above my pay grade, but I have a passing understanding. What the fuck? I'm glad I look back into my fucking YouTube chat and all I see is semen. That's great. That's a great message to return to, man. Thank you. I'm eating. What the fuck? Just no context either. What message is getting annihilated, Alexander? Man, speaking of messages getting annihilated, I really wish I could make the fucking YouTube chat show up. Time to write an angry letter to Restream. Where are they at anyway? Wow. Did you guys know I won a Walmart giveaway the same day I won a Walgreens giveaway? These spam emails are really, really something. How do I find contact info? Help center. Here we go. I think I actually opened up a... I already asked a question on this chat thing, and that did not yield any fucking results. They wave emoji'd me. So nice of them. Oh, maybe not, though. I don't remember.
Bye.
I can do that anyways. Hey! Okay. I guess she doesn't want you to participate in map crap hoop. That's funny. Right, hold on, I gotta... What? Does this break it? No? Okay. Cool. Well, that's nice, but that's not what I was looking for. Alright. This website is a fucking shambles. Yeah, they really don't have anything for actually... I don't know, man. Wow, this is some music. To go from Void 3 to this. That's exactly my name is Lil. That's what I was saying. Where's our resident Russian? I have no idea. If you're talking about UAD Commander... I'm not playing America, fuck yeah. It's not America Day. I will change the track though, because I don't like this one. Let's try this. Van der Graaf Generator. That's not what we're listening to now, but that's a fucking baller band name. You never... never think twice about a band like that. Oh, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Just put them in Discord. Or Mixer. Actually, apparently there's a way for me to embed a Discord chat into Restream as well. Oops, fucking destroyed shit. I might look into that later. Update time. What, Windows update? Oh, speaking of update, I also have to grab the latest SCM draft at some point. No? Well, that message sent just fine. So. Listen to this peanut butter, guys. Peanut butter ASMR. Alright. That's all you got. Yeah, I know. I know. That's peanut butter. What do you mean? Oh, man. You know, sometimes it's cream cheese, sometimes... That's fucking disgusting. I can't even believe I said that. That's the sound of organic peanut butter, though. Au natural. Oil separation is natural. It even says so right on the container. Nah, dude, it's fine. No, sometimes you never have to let the drones do that. Dude, whatever filters you use for your own voice in those submissions is so insane. Nobody can understand what you're saying. Oh shit, this is what you guys were talking. I haven't looked at this monitor for like 10 minutes. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's been yelling at me for that. I'll restart my computer later. Oh wait, you were just DMing me? There we go. Oh. That is weird. Let me check what it says on mine. Oh yeah, it does say one, like, it said 2 earlier. Oh no, I don't think it ever said more than 1. So yeah, I guess that the count is still accurate, even though it's psychosis. I'm not really sure what that could be, though. Clowning around. Oops, just fucking kicked my computer. Alright guys, see you guys later. So why are we listening to some psychotic doom metal rendition of Silent Night? Oh, it's Cyanide Holy Night. What a fucking title. Fucking round of applause, dude. Oh my god. Cyanide Holy Night. Gotta love it. They really tried with that one, guys. I gotta test this for like where. Oh! Oh! Cool. Mentioning likes in long-winded ways removes your messages. It's a conspiracy, boys. That's strange. Yeah, we're messing around with the code for loading in units because we have to be able to load in heroic Protoss units for the equipping the relics. Eventually, we're going to have to do this for all sorts of shit. For example, we're going to have to be able to load in all of the Terran heroes. Not at once, but just all of the variants. And this includes, like, Wraiths, Battlecruisers, Science Vessels. So, yeah, you're going to see some shit. Since I am in the clear right for now, I think. Well, I'll wait until Eichwer goes to bed. He usually goes to bed around 2, so... but after that, I'll play Veeq's map that he was linking earlier. What should we do in the meantime? I guess I could keep writing this AI, but I don't feel like doing that. Not playing Duke Nukem. Yeah, Medic and Valkyrie don't have heroes. And the Ghost has like 3 variants. Technically, I mean, you could count Infested Duran, I guess, so that's 4. But... oh, yeah, that would be it. Still pretty surprising to me that there's no custom hero, like fully unique hero graphics in StarCraft besides Sarah Kerrigan and Infested Kerrigan. All the other ones are just the same unit, like the same unit graphic. Yeah, I think it's a laziness thing. Even in Priority Survive, they had a unique graphic for Arnold. Like, come on, dude. Artist Yosef, 1. Blizzard, 0. Like, we found it. I don't know what it is, but he's about to tell me. I also think it was really lazy of them not to make hero entries for the Brood War units. Not a single one has a hero version. I mean, the Dark Templar counts, I guess, in their favor. Rashagal's technically a hero Corsair, now that I think about it as well. But she's like a debug unit. Doesn't have a proper wireframe or unit responses or anything. It just feels really weird that they would do stuff like that. Dude, Artist Yosef has some talent. He's a man of many fucking words, dude. I still can't believe when Eichwer set up his the upgrade shit. He made the custom upgrades possible, like the extended upgrades, and his test upgrade was Artist Yosef, and it was an icon of his head. And that was how he confirmed. He's like, I'll just throw an Artist Yosef. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? No, I don't think they were ever going to use those heroes. They would have actually set them up as units, but they didn't. She's listed as a Dark Templar, but she's a Corsair. And I think her being a Corsair is just like dumb luck, basically. I mean, I guess they hooked up Disruption Web as in her DAT requirements. But... oh, wait, no, did they? I don't even remember. Yeah, well, come on, dude. Grow up. Fucking... she is the Dark Templar in a Corsair. Yeah, Raynor's a Marine and a Hyperion. Dougal's a Ghost and a Battlecruiser. So, I'm actually not sure where we should be headed next. But I know I am going to put my milk away. One sec. Milk deposited. Drink acquired. I'm glad it's coconut milk, man. I know it's nut milk, but it's not mine. Wow, drink acquired. Now that's some next level shit. Oh shit, Hoop Thrower's on Twitch! This is my first time trying out this this drink. So we're gonna have a drink review here. It's the Rockstar Cotton Candy. I expect it to be very silly. Yeah. It's a little silly. A little fucking sweet, too. Holy fuck. Oh! Almost dropped my napkins. Exdurance Cotton Candy Extreme! How did you know?
And?
It is Exdurance. Holy fuck, I didn't even look at that. Performance energy.
Hey man. Hey man.
Uh-oh.
Hey man.
Somewhat of a soda collector. I don't know what that means, man. That sounds spooky. Well, I'm glad that one of the 3 fucking streams I'm working on is working. No, somebody wake me up from this fever dream. Don't say, what the fuck is that emote? Get that. Ow. I'm just getting beaten up and having my own words used against me. The life of a Twitch streamer is tough. Become a booby streamer? I'll need boobies first. I'm not fat enough. Oh yeah, I never have any, like, the most I'll ever drink is like a buy drink, which has like 1 gram of sugar in it. I'm not gonna fuck with stuff that has sugar. Surefire recipe for disaster. Is that what the kids call it now? Thick? I feel like that's That's like when Lil Inferno over in the Sen Discord says it, like somebody will do something fat and he'll say it's bulking season. Like that's, yeah, you mean you're getting fat, you fucking idiot. Yeah, I'll play your map. I'm gonna wait for Iquare to finish sending me some stuff. It looks like he's interpret a hook though, so we might be good to go pretty soon. Alright, bye. See you in an hour, dude. Gotta let your crap ferment. Just gonna quickly run through one of the Hydra missions while I'm waiting. People something to look at. Thanks for saying hi. I was actually going to do a video on Zerg 1, actually, like a cast over, and I was recording my gameplay for it, but I ran into a crash. So. It's one of the reasons why this version has not been shipped, even though it has some fixes to issues like the Vorvaling supply bug, for example. I didn't even notice him attacking. Sorting issue! So far, so good. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Hint, I don't. Yeah, that's the Zerg in a nutshell, man. They can't help it. They're insects. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They're like the average Reddit user. I didn't say they were into them. I said they are them. Mindless drone. Alright, we're gonna need to start getting some units out pretty soon. Though I am fairly secure over my expansion. Whoa! Nightbot just annihilated you. I don't know why it also purged every message you sent, though. That's a little much. I'll have to adjust that at some point. Oh, that's gonna be a while. We still need some more drones over here. Oh boy. The omen of death! Well, they suck, so whatever. Crisis averted. Oh, maybe not. When Ahmed shows up, you know something's about to go down. What is up, Patrick? Let me check what Iquir said. Oh, okay. Glad I came back to see another fucking disaster. Gonna need to expand again soon. How are my allies doing? Are they both expanding to the same place? It looks like it. Love it. It's okay. Nothing we can do about that right now. I am actually going to need to station some units over here because the Protoss can fuck me if I'm not careful. Whoa! All right there. All right there, pal. I listen to off-brand Linkin Park. I might be. Creep not expanding. The bridge tiles are unbuildable. I should probably enable queens for the player, because they're enabled for the AI. Alright, let's, angle of attack. I gotta get out of that habit. We're about to get 1-1. We'll go. Oh, nice. We just got in range, too. Oh. Uh-oh. All right, guys. We're moving. What's up, dude? Classic move. I'm working on it, dude. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Cannon or transport. Oh, I know what that is, probably. Alright, I'm out of here, dude. Think I've done enough? Oh, actually. No, never mind. I don't like the looks of that one, man. I don't know about that one. I don't think so. Oh, I like the looks of that, though. Hey! Pick on some army your own size, dude. Oof. Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna take that, you fucking asshole. Alright, we gotta move over here then. Haven't seen anything about the Protoss, so kind of scary. It's alright. Oh no. Holy Wraith! Can't enter transport, by the way. Get destroyed, idiot. Finally died. Wraiths do surprisingly well against Hydras now. If the size changes kicked in. Definitely going to need some more of those. We'll whittle you down to death. Very slowly. There we go. This did not end very well. Oh. This did not end very well either. I think they may have cut off my reinforcements. There we go. My ally is here to save the day. What an asshole. There we go. We did it, guys. We've done it. We've done the impossible. What an asshole. What a mess. Minimap color for Redwood is probably a little too similar to Sienna in this mission. I'm gonna have to change that. And I'm gonna get arrested again, guys. It's nice knowing y'all. Awesome, awesome time streaming. Thanks. Dude, rates will actually be really good once the those upgrades kick in. Like, we don't have the ability for the AI to research them yet. But capacitors, increasing their attack speed while they're cloaked, that's going to be a good one. Those rates will be godlike. Against Hydras. I should add. Holy tank. That's 3 tanks. Oh, that's 4 tanks. That's no units left. See you, nerd. It's okay, my ally's here. He'll help me out. The fuck? Oh, that's a sub-alert or something. What's up, Mixer? Thanks. All of my units died. It was very nice of them. Very nice of them to just fucking die to this one Reaver who has 12 kills. There you go, I was just helping him. Guys, that was 100% intentional. There you go. Finally put him down. Oh no. No, I need this. Please. Don't let it fall. What a fucking mess. Holy fuck. Where are my units? What the fuck are they doing? Help them out! Not too great damage on tier 2 upgraded Goliaths, huh? Alright. I gotta get out of here, dude. Okay. Oh, they still have they still have buildings over here. No wonder they're defending it. Alright, it's okay. The hatchery survived. I'm gonna now run away. Talk to my mother a little bit, you know, cry for my mother. Destroyed. Get out of here, SCV. Alright, we got this. Fuck this starport. Alright, I have no mineralis. I no longer have the luxury of harvesting resources, so it would seem. Let's try and fix that. What a bloodbath. Popped. Anyway, we can pop over here and say hi. Hello. Destroyed. Oh! Oh, hello there! I'm glad Orange is... Zaz is now descending upon the enemy. Holy attack force. I think my allies are definitely the MVP here. I certainly didn't do anything. I absorbed some pressure. Excellent support player, guys. There goes Ahmed. Oh. Excellent. Oh, thanks for the help, man. Alright, those have regenerated enough, I think. I should just hockey these. Alright. No, they've been attacking Zaz mostly, but he got his little hatchery farm set up, and his natural was pretty much uncontested, so things have gone on pretty well for this guy. I don't know what the fuck was going on over here, but they got that stuff set up. Things are going well. Things are going very well. Can't enter transport, by the way. Oh, great. Spinnered. Yeah. I wonder if the Protoss just broke or if they spent most of their time attacking the Terrans. Something that's a little bit difficult to discern, naturally. Oh. I saw another one. I'm so used to not being able to scroll the screen ever since I started playing fucking... whatever it's called. Warcraft 1. What a mess. Alright. I think that originally the idea was that it would just be killing the Terrans. But I changed it because logically the Protoss are actually potentially more threatening than the Terrans are. So I felt like that wouldn't make any sense. Like, at least in the second mission, only eliminating the Protoss makes sense. Like the Terrans being secondary in that sense makes sense, because it's not something that is particularly destroyed. The Terrans are not blockading the way out, right? The Protoss are the ones who are preventing you from warping out. But that's mostly like a writing issue. Yeah, the Protoss are fighting back. I should be able to mob up the Terrans, though. Yeah, I mean, I could also, I could play up that effect, like having the Protoss be, like the idea is that in the script, like the final version of this mission, the Protoss will arrive and contest Zaz directly, and then Zaz will mention like, oh, the Protoss are here as well. So what I could do is say like, you know, we must also destroy these newcomers or something like that, like to make sure that your training has, like this will be an adequate test of your abilities. So like it'll help that as well in that sense. So I think that could work out just fine. Yeah, 2 hours left. Terrans held out surprisingly well, surprisingly long. The Protoss will be a much more annoying enemy to deal with, I have a feeling. But we should have it in the bag at this point. Unless the Protoss are... Oh, I see. So the Protoss got this contested. That's probably one of the reasons why they were so busy. That won't always happen, depending on how well you pressure Sienna. He's a little bit further away than the other guys, so... Uh-oh. So it begins. The Reaver Onslaught. The Reaver Menace. Fucking destroyed, idiot. Talking about myself, of course. Yeah, I say we got this in the bag, and then they come out with like 5 Reavers, probably. Wow, something went over here. Probably my ally. Alright. Besides this shit down here, should be good. Oh. Hi. Let's see what we can investigate over here. What's up, Netis Galvanascus? Yeah, Zerg Stew is indeed cooking. Something's cooking. It's my units right now. I should have waited for my ally to start attacking, probably. Endless cannons. Oh, that's a... that might also be an issue. I replaced a Dark Archon instead of a Hierophant. Pretty funny. They use this. I replaced the Dark Archon graphic, so that's why that's like that. That's an easy fix. All right, easy enough. My ally was also pestering them. This guy's still building hatcheries. Zaz is still infesting the fucking place. They may have also been low on money at this point, considering they were only mining from 3 bases. This one was full, but Zaz kept attacking it. So they never really got off the ground in that respect. If they had more Reavers to play around with, this would have been a much harder battle to fucking deal with. Those changes that I made to make the corpses stay around longer also really, they kind of mess around with readability. I might want to make them go by a little bit quicker, but it was interesting to me to, you know, pan over the battlefield and have a little bit more evidence of shit going on, you know? And hello, Insect Myriad. I think I meant to say hi to you earlier when I was greeting Nedas Galvanascus as well. Oh, we have a crash. Perfect. I actually mean that because we basically won, but any crash that we can encounter is good because I can send that to Iquare and he can help me. Let me also check the debug log. Okay, nothing. I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I will be playing Veeq's map. He has been very patient waiting for me to do that. Yeah, I think it helps you... It also helps, like, to illustrate the idea that players have been... it helps to, like, especially in stuff like this where there's so many moving parts, the player might walk into an area that they haven't been in or see their ally walk into an area and there's corpses everywhere. And then, like, it helps the visual storytelling in a gameplay sense. Like, it's telling you right, like, directly, there was a battle here and it was recent enough that the corpses are still here. And so once people adapt to the changes of corpses being there for longer, even if I do end up shortening the timers overall, it'll help them actually get a feel for something. Like, it'll be important gameplay information, I think. So I think it's actually really useful. So I am going to, like I said, use the bathroom. I will return very, very shortly, and we will be playing Veeq's map. So, BRB. Alright, I have returned. We'll switch over to the dedicated Brood War thing for this one. I probably should have done that for the Hydra playthrough too. So let's check this. Hopefully this has some windowed mode. It does. Nice. Minimize that. So this is Strike by Veeq. Or The Strike. Destroy the Defenders.
What? Impossible.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
So we are you, actually. Oh. Hello.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders received.
So what's going on here? We got a man. So if at any point you guys have any questions about this map, feel free to direct them towards Veeq. He's in the Mixer chat. He'll see your... he probably won't see your messages if you're on YouTube, but it's okay. I'll read them out.
SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir.
Let's figure out where our exit is. Alright, we got a couple. We have 3 ramps that I'm aware of right now.
Orders received. SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Floating some money here. I'm hoping that I can find
Right away, sir.
quick expansion, but I'm actually not sure if it's
Right away, sir. Affirmative.
advisable.
Orders received. SCV good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Right away, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Bum, bum, bum.
SCV good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply
Right
depots
away, sir.
required.
Job finished. Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Right away, sir. Roger that. Right away, sir.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Looks to be our natural, min only.
Sir.
Let's get this direction now.
Go, sir. Reporting for duty. Orders received. Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Orders received. Reporting for duty.
What did that read on the supply depot? Nothing out of the ordinary
SCV good to go, sir.
that I can espy.
Yes, sir. Job reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
You want a piece of me, boy?
SCV good to go, sir. Roger that. Finished. Reporting for duty. Orders received.
Not enough minerals.
Not sure if I want to go for a factory first or expansion first.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Ooh, fancy.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty. Roger that. Orders received. Affirmative. SCV
You want
good
a
to go,
piece of me,
sir.
boy?
Did I read you? Orders, Captain? Right away, sir.
Is he though?
SCV good to go, sir. Did I read you? Did I read you?
Give me something to shoot.
Did I read you?
All right.
You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by.
All right. The good news is We know what the crash was in the last map that we were playing. Bad news is, it's something I should have fixed already.
Go, go, go. Let's move.
I read you.
Checked up and good to go.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain?
Piece of me, boy.
Additional supply depots required.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative.
The badder news is,
Reporting for duty.
I'm
Standing by.
a mongoloid.
Right away, sir. Job finished. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Should have done that earlier. Yeah, that never stopped you, dude. There are some ramps, but yeah, it's rather slim pickings, I would say.
I read you.
They're attacking me?
Go, sir.
It's a little rude of them. Uh-oh. They're getting bopped.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Job finished. I read you.
Fucking forever.
SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain? SCV good to go,
I
sir.
think they'll live.
Orders received. Reporting for duty.
Commander.
I read you.
Add-on complete. Complete. Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir.
No tech tree changes, right, Veek?
SCV good to go, sir. I read you. Orders, Captain?
You want a piece of me, boy?
Supply and no. Could you imagine?
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Job finished. SCV good to go, sir.
That would be some clever work right there.
Reporting for
Minerals.
duty.
Checked up
Orders,
and good to
Captain?
go.
Roger that. Orders, Captain? Reporting for duty. Affirmative. SCV good to go, sir. I read you. Yes, sir. Roger that. Right away, sir.
Ready to roll out. Orders, sir.
Research complete.
Yes, sir.
Ready to roll out. Moving.
Orders, Captain?
Not enough minerals.
Alright. And then we need more depots.
Roger that. Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty.
Not enough minerals.
Destination. Identify target.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Reporting for duty. Job finished.
Additional supply depots required.
Affirmative. Orders, Captain?
Orders, sir.
Job finished. Job finished. Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain? Yes, sir.
Oh, spin.
Job finished. SCV good to go, sir. I read you. Job finished.
Dude, what is this music?
Good to go, sir. Roger that. Job finished. I read you. Job finished. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain?
Identify target.
Add-on complete.
Captain?
Ready to roll out.
They're attacking somewhere. Look at that Goliath go.
Orders, sir. Absolutely. Goliath online.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
I knew gas was going to be at a bit of a premium in this map. We're going to need to go out and grab some more.
I read you.
wherever more may lie.
Orders, Captain?
Upgrade complete.
Orders received.
Systems functional.
Identify target. Proceed.
Let's see. See what we got. Looks like
Complete.
Destination. SCV good to go, sir. Job
an overlook. That might actually be useful.
Identify target. Orders, sir. Yes, sir.
Channel open.
Job finished.
Acknowledged HQ.
Orders, Captain? Job finished. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Destination.
Systems functional.
Yes, sir. Orders, sir.
Channel open.
Moving.
They managed to pull themselves together and solidify their control over here. It looks like.
Systems functional.
Destination.
Target designated.
Destination.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, TACOM. Moving online.
Reporting for duty.
Insufficient phosphine gas.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Identify target.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Destination.
Systems functional.
Let's see if we can find some enemies here.
Sir.
Channel open.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Identify target. Orders, sir.
Calling online.
Not enough
Goliath online. Go ahead, TACOM. Target designated. Confirmed.
Job finished.
TACOM locked.
Destination. Identify target. Destination.
Go ahead, TACOM. Systems functional.
That would have been avoided if I had reacted a little bit quicker.
TACOM locked.
Destination. Identify target.
Acknowledged HQ. Confirmed.
See you, nerd.
Channel open.
Identify target. Identify target. Identify target. Orders, Captain.
insufficient phosphine gas.
Orders received.
Your forces are under attack. Insufficient phosphine gas.
Hey.
Confirmed. Target designated.
All right. Get your vultures out of here, dude.
TACOM.
Ready to roll out.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Your forces are under attack. Not enough energy.
Oh, okay.
Orders, sir.
We're gonna lock these guys down then.
Yes, sir.
Looks like they are preparing to retaliate. I'm not sure who's allied with who, if there's any other teams.
Calling online.
But
Acknowledged HQ.
if I had to guess,
TACOM locked.
Your forces are under attack.
Acknowledged HQ. TACOM locked. Confirmed.
Identify target.
surely I should be spamming Marines at this point, considering my fucking bank.
Orders, Captain. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Your forces are under
Yes,
attack.
sir. Orders, Captain. Roger that.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination.
Goliath online. Channel open.
Destination.
I don't know if this guy has unlimited money or what, but he's very aggressively restocking everything almost immediately.
Orders, sir. Identify target. Delatitude.
Might want to check that. It's probably just that I'm the only one attacking him, though.
forces are under attack.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Piece of
Right
me,
away,
boy.
sir. Yes, sir.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Fuck.
You want a piece of me,
Additional
boy?
supply depots required.
Move it.
Additional supply
Oh, okay.
depots required. Your forces are under attack. Additional supply depots required.
Reasonable.
Yes, sir. Orders received.
Additional supply depots required.
Reporting for duty.
Piece of me, boy.
Additional supply depots required. Research complete. Additional supply depots required.
Orders received. Job finished. Job finished.
Base is under attack. Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack.
Clicking on the UI. Classic.
Your forces are under attack.
Give me some of this shoot. Outstanding. Give me some of this shoot. Yes, sir.
Orders, Captain. Roger that. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Roger that. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Your forces are under attack. Insufficient phosphine gas.
I read you. Copy the hill there. Reporting for duty.
You want a piece of me, boy? Let's move.
Upgrade complete.
Give me some of this shoot. Let's move.
Upgrade complete.
Go, go, go. Let's move. Rock and roll.
What a mess.
Piece of me, boy.
Job finished.
You want a piece
Can't believe those units survived that whole time. Always good to know. Thanks for the heads up, Don.
standing by? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Mr. Orange is doing something.
Medical attention? Stat. Orders, sir. Need medical attention.
Piece of me, boy. Give me some of this shoot.
I'm on
Piece of me,
board.
boy. Proceed.
I've kind of been containing his contain, if that makes any sense. Just that his fucking endless onslaught of tanks are impossible for me to breach right now.
Your forces are under attack.
Did someone page me? Did someone page me?
Upgrade complete.
And I assume he doesn't have too many more expansions than I do. That could be a faulty assumption. That's what I mean, is like, I have no gas in my natural, and my ally took everything. Maybe that's just a more of a map knowledge thing, I'm not sure. Oh, well, if he doesn't even have any expansions and he's putting out this many units, like, that's really fucking, I don't know, man, kind of bullshit.
Your forces are under attack.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I mean, I can win, but it's gonna be a long and arduous process. Imagine having resources expire in 2019. Come on, dude.
Let's move. Rock and roll. Commander. Go, go, go.
Captain
Standing
ready.
by. Go, go, go. Commander.
Need medical attention? Where does it hurt?
Upgrade complete.
Time for Warcraft 1 distance mining.
Where does it hurt? State the nature of your medical emergency.
Piece of me, boy.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
It's probably more of a map knowledge now that I think about it, because there was an expansion right down here with gas that I could have taken instead of this. I just didn't scout it out.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Go, go, go.
Where does it hurt? Did someone page me? Where does it hurt? State the nature of your medical
Piece of me,
emergency.
boy. Give me something to shoot.
Where does
Upgrade
it hurt?
complete.
Up and good to go.
Did
Your
someone page
forces
me?
are under attack.
Where does it hurt? Did someone page me?
These tiny ramps are not helping your case here, man.
I'm on the job.
Your forces are under attack.
Need medical attention? I'm on the job. Where does it hurt?
Rock and roll. Let's move.
Can't believe they made all those tanks with 2 factories.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Where does it hurt? Need
Your
medical
forces are
attention?
under attack.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Get him.
Where does it hurt?
Well, despite the general lack of economy and it being exceptionally difficult to do much of anything in the
Did someone page me?
sieging this guy department, he seems to have run out of money at this point, so that's fine.
Did someone page me?
But yeah, besides that, I mean, I've never really been threatened, so I don't know if any of the attacks that the AI has sent so far have actually been designed to kill me.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Need medical attention? Captain ready.
I guess part of that might just be Blue being bugged, you know, like you were talking about earlier.
Your forces are under attack.
Need medical attention?
I read you. Right away, sir.
Your forces are under
Some more
attack.
of those.
Need medical attention? State the nature of your medical
I
emergency.
read you. I read you. Right away, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Ah, ah, ah.
Captain ready. State the nature of your medical
Classic.
You roll out.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Yes, sir.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
What can one do against such reckless spinning?
I can't build there. Right away, sir.
Need medical
I
attention?
read you.
Where does it hurt? State the nature of your medical
Piece of me,
emergency.
boy.
Where
You
does
want a
it
piece
hurt?
of me, boy?
I'm on the job.
Your forces are under
Need
attack.
medical attention?
They seem to have hit 2-2 really early, or not really early, but early enough to be competitive. But they're lagging behind on 3-3, unless that's just the tech level of the map. These guys are still at 1-1.
Medical emergency. Right away. Did someone page
What are you
me?
doing?
State the nature of your medical
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Not enough energy.
Good to see that they've built up a sizable attack.
Energy.
Or sizable defense, rather.
State the nature of your medical
Well, with enough Marines, I can do anything, but probably don't want
Where
to
does it hurt? Need medical attention?
do that.
Reporting for duty.
Where does it hurt?
Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir.
Alright. Bring in heavy artillery. Let's replace these two.
Reporting for
What are you
duty.
guys doing?
Job roger that.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page me?
Orders, sir.
Where does
Orders,
it
sir.
hurt?
Ready to roll out. Yes, sir.
Add-on complete.
Cool. Now I'm rallied.
Orders, sir. Proceeding.
Haven't seen anybody use air units besides the couple, like the single Wraith, I think. Obviously Overlords, but these guys also seem oddly quiet. Oh, stuck SCV. Ah, purple is using some. Hi.
Need medical attention?
Yes, sir.
Good one.
Not enough energy.
Where does it hurt? Need medical attention?
Identify target. Yes, sir. Destination. Orders, sir.
Oh, I'm not complaining about the defense. Obviously, I didn't actually work to stop anything, so of course it's going to happen like this if you leave them to their devices. That's a positive thing, I would say.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Proceeding.
Need medical attention? Need medical attention?
Absolutely.
Where does it hurt? State the nature of your medical emergency. Need medical attention? State the nature of your medical emergency.
Your forces are under attack.
Reporting for duty. I read you. Orders received. Reporting for duty. Orders received. Reporting for duty.
Very aggressive defense. Well, I mean, as long as they're not out of money because they're spending too much.
Did someone page me? The nature of your medical emergency.
I think it's fine.
Destination.
And in this case, it doesn't seem like they're spending too much money because they still have money to do everything else that they want to do. Wow, what an amazing game! I love it.
Where does it hurt?
Definitely not bugged.
On my way. Where does
Tank decided to moon glide into, or moonwalk into fucking sunken colony range when I gave it the siege mode order. Classic.
Need medical attention? Did someone page me? State the
Looks like a done deal here. Just give it enough time.
Did someone page me? Where does it hurt?
Yes, sir.
Need medical attention. Right away. State the nature of your medical emergency. Did someone page me? On my way. I'm on the job. Need medical attention. Did someone page me?
Your forces are under attack.
Where does it hurt? Need medical attention.
Need latitude, sir.
Did someone page me? Right away. I'm
Fucking
on the job.
destroyed.
Destination.
Did someone page me?
Yeah, they've got a lot of hatcheries and not a whole lot of units. This is something I also struggled with when I was messing around with some of the earlier Hydra stuff, is that they spam out a lot of hatcheries, but they're never going to have the upkeep, the supply, or anything like that in order to actually use the hatcheries to their appropriate levels, you know?
Did someone page
Least of all the resources, for sure. The fuck?
Need medical attention?
Yes, sir, I can't build there.
Did someone page me?
Bye.
Need medical attention?
Yes, sir.
I think Orange shut down, too. I mean, he's doing stuff, but I don't know what
Did someone
specifically.
right away?
Identify target. Absolutely. Destination. Moving.
I'm on the job.
Yes, sir.
Need medical attention? On my way.
Identify target. Standing by.
State the nature of your medical emergency. State the nature of your medical emergency.
I kind of like the way that you've set up this base, though, where, like,
Medical emergency.
the central platform is small, but it provides access throughout the whole thing, and it sort of lords over it, too. So if you're in a position like I am right now with tanks, you can just, after you conquer the central platform, you can very easily mop up everything else.
Need medical attention?
Designed in a way that I think makes sense when you just look at it from an architectural standpoint. They keep attacking to my base, by the way.
My way.
Oh, they're... Wait, what? Oh, hello. I'll let Orange take care of that. There's also pretty much no fucking money on this map, I noticed.
Identify target.
I don't know if that's also an intentional thing, but...
Destination. Yes, sir. Destination. Standing by. Orders, sir. Latitude, sir.
Orders, Captain.
Identify target.
very low econ.
Orders, sir. Moving. Yes, sir. Destination. Moving.
Oh yeah, well, everything that you're going to do is going to be a learning experience, for sure.
Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack.
Medical attention?
Reporting for duty. Roger that. Right away, sir. Orders received.
Yes, sir. Destination. Orders, sir. Identify target. Destination. Proceed. Need latitude, sir. Destination. Identify.
Mesk and I sort of briefly touched on that topic in a few parts of the last podcast, but at some point we're going to do a complete podcast that's entirely about that sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
Did someone page me?
Alright, what else we got here?
Where does it hurt?
Oh, apparently they've...
Highway.
Wait, was that even... Oh, maybe this is their main? This is where all their tech seems to be. Cool. Back down at 12 tanks. Now they seem completely shut down. Alright. Purple, on the other hand, is still active. Orange says he's attacking stuff, but he doesn't, so I don't know. Seems like he's hung up. Trying to attack with something that he can't, or I don't know. I think if the resources didn't expire, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Like, that would help alleviate the issue a lot, but I think having very few expansion opportunities for the player, and then also giving the AI an economy boost with the multiplier is kind of bad form. Because it disproportionately affects the player. To some extent in the Hydra maps, even though there's an economy multiplier for the AI, the player can just expand. You know, they can just take other bases. And it's not like a perfect solution, but it's something. Whereas you don't really have any opportunity in this map to... Like, I would have been much more aggressive in taking expansions if I had known there were so few of them.
Upgrade complete.
Snare's gonna fuck me here. Maybe not. Yeah, for sure. I can't fuck with this base right now. I sacrifice the infantry.
State the nature of your medical emergency. Where does it hurt? State the nature of your medical emergency.
Destination delighted to serve.
Need medical attention.
Alright, so...
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna need Goliaths.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Yes, sir. I read you.
We gotta fix the creep algorithm, man. That is so insane that that's still fucked up like that. Oh wait, let's do this.
Orders received.
Yes, sir. Destination delighted to serve.
No money for who? Orange? They've got plenty of money. These guys don't have anything. Purple.
Identify target. Absolutely.
White has plenty of money as well, but it doesn't appear that he's doing anything. He also doesn't appear to have expanded. Oh, no, no. He's actively defending.
Yes, sir.
Where does it hurt?
Yes, sir. Comlink online. Go ahead, TACOM.
Perfect.
Goliath online. Goliath online.
Yes, sir. Orders received. Affirmative. Roger that. I read you. Orders, Captain. Roger that. Yes, sir.
Oh, wait. Rather than do that, I should probably
Yes, sir. I read you.
just lift off my existing command centers in case I need the money later. I'm still harvesting from that one, actually. I'll just distance mine, whatever the other one is. This one over here. See ya.
Job finished. Orders received.
Need medical attention?
Systems functional.
Oh, the Goliath's already here?
Comlink online.
Yes,
Comlink online.
Destination.
Go ahead, TACOM. TACOM locked.
Destination.
Channel open.
Alright, round 2.
Destination. Identify target.
Green still got some structures, but I don't think those will be that big of a deal.
Comlink online. Go ahead, TACOM.
Your forces are under attack.
Comlink online. TACOM locked.
Proceeding. Identify target.
Your forces are under attack.
TACOM locked.
All of that for nothing, because White killed them all anyway.
Proceeding. Orders, sir.
Channel open.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Your
Destination.
forces are under attack.
Identify target. Destination. Identify target. Moving. Destination.
Comlink online. Confirm.
Yes, sir. Destination. Orders, sir. Destination. Identify target. Orders, sir. Absolutely. Identify target. Absolutely.
Your forces are under attack.
Destination. Orders, sir.
These other bases have not really been as interesting. Not a whole lot of
Are under attack.
not a whole lot of anything going on, really. Like, there's not really much height variation or anything like that. Certainly very open, which is nice from a gameplay standpoint, in a sense, but
Base is under attack.
I don't know. Something else is missing.
Base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Proceed.
Your forces are under attack.
Channel open. Go ahead, TACOM. Target designated.
Also, not really a whole lot of breathing room once the bases really get established.
Target.
Your forces are under
Not
attack.
really sure if that's that big of a deal though.
Destination. Channel open.
Thought I made some other units at some point, but I guess not.
Channel open. Identify target. Delighted to, sir. Orders, sir. Absolutely. Identify target. Destination. Identify target. Proceeding. Delighted to, sir. Moving. Orders, sir. Proceeding. Moving. Orders, sir.
I guess there's no Sunkens in here.
Proceeding. Destination. Go ahead, TACOM. Yes, sir. Channel open. Identify target. Absolutely. Systems functional. Comlink online.
Your forces are under attack.
Just splashed myself.
Orders, sir. Destination moving. Proceeding. Delighted to, sir. Moving. Absolutely. Delighted to, sir. Moving. Absolutely. Systems functional. Identify target. Destination. Delighted to, sir. Online. Orders, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Acknowledged HQ. Orders, sir. Acknowledged HQ. Identify target. Orders, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright.
Comlink.
Yeah, I can open it up in the editor. No, this is a map Veeq made independent of Mapcraft. He was looking for some feedback on
Forces
it.
are under attack.
Target. Identify target.
Not enough energy.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Even though this guy is probably still not out of money, it still doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Target confirmed.
Just a flow control issue, probably.
Comlink online. Confirmed. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Comlink online.
Not enough energy.
Orders, sir. Destination. Comlink online.
Why would you do that, you idiot?
TACOM lost. Target destination.
He's even upgrading still.
Your forces are under attack.
Aha!
Acknowledged HQ. Target designated. Destination. Absolutely.
Your forces are under attack.
Moving. Proceed. Identify target. Orders, sir.
Where does it hurt? Stat.
I'm here. Hey, my ally's here too.
Sir.
The gang's all here.
Moving. Proceeding. Absolutely. Destination. Proceeding. Yes, sir. Target designated. Channel open. Destination. Moving. Channel open. Identify target. Confirmed. Identify target.
Fuck are you looking at? What's up, Loflar? Thanks for the host, man.
Destination. Moving. Delighted to, sir. Absolutely.
Forgot I set up those alerts. We didn't have a host alert for the longest time. It was still that stupid zombie thing.
Delighted to, sir. Absolutely. Proceeding. Absolutely.
Although, of course, it still does that for the epic stickers. Perfect. We get 20,000 sparks worth of sticker, and we get we finish the map. All right, let me pop it open in the editor as promised. All right. So. All right. So by breathing room, that's what you were asking for an example of. What a fucking mess. Sorry, I was looking at the Discord chat. You got about an hour, a little under an hour. All right. So actually, you do have some examples of breathing room, but they're mostly in the bottom part of the map. So, for example, this whole area. How do I even show you? This whole area, right? With the overlook on this base, and like the staging ground or whatever. This is an example of breathing room because if I were, say I was the AI and I was in the AI's position and the AI was in mine, and I come in here and the AI has taken this base and this base, well, if they also have taken this base, I roll in here and I kill that base, and then I can come in here and not immediately run into another base. So I have a little bit of space. The AI has some space to send some more units my way, so I can cut that off as a rotation. And it provides value as a pathway between those expansions rather than just being an expansion. Isn't breathing room useless space? Wow. No. Breathing room just is what it is. It's what it says on the tin. You have the ability to take a breath, right? It's also like it's room dedicated for troop movements, and you can cut off rotations of armies by holding those angles, holding those positions. It's like in Counter-Strike, you've got paths to a bomb site, and then you've got the bomb sites. Now imagine if somebody said, aren't paths to bomb sites useless space? Like, you know what I mean? In this case, the corollary is our expansions are bomb sites. So we can maneuver our armies, like Balefell was saying. We can move them through here. We can take alternate pathways to the same location. Many different roads can lead to the same area. But either way, if there's a road that the AI is likely to take, if there's a road that our enemies are likely to take, then that gives us a little bit more of an opportunity to say, hey, you know, I've got to, you know, take this area out, or I've got to watch from enemy rotations coming from this area. There's still gameplay to be had there. Just like in Counter-Strike, if the terrorists could plant a bomb at any different area, just like if the counter-terrorists could hold any area on the map, like suddenly there's not really any room to, you have to constantly check every corner. Whereas that's not what happens in practice. You can just you can like do process of elimination and figure most likely there's not going to be any enemies here. I'm going to take this rotation through. Just like you can also say there's going to be enemies coming from this area. I'm going to hold this angle so that if they do come through this area, I can have a better chance at killing them. It's the same sort of thing. So when I was complaining about that was when I had reached this expansion for the Zerg, which I actually had thought was their main. So they took this area and they've got all sorts of stuff over here, right? So they've fully saturated this area, which means there's no room for an army to move through here unless it's allied with this player. Now that's fine if there's other pathways to this area, but they've basically locked out all entrances to this base because of course this is their main. Then you can't even go and intercept their main because this base gets taken by purple. So if there was more maneuvering room between the two Zerg bases, this would allow players to have a bit of a different approach. Even if you kept this still the same in many respects, you could then just kind of ignore it and move and attack their main and disable their tech, if that's a path you wanted to take. But you can't really do that because White had this base, and he was going to defend that, and he was the only one with money left. Purple had a huge army of Guardians and stuff that made it difficult to siege his base in one go, which is why I had to rebuild with Goliaths. And so that's like an example of what you would do in that sort of situation, where like if there was more breathing room between this central base, Blue's base, the two Zerg bases and their expansions, or at the very least the two Zerg bases and this expansion, the natural for purple, there would be way more maneuverability, and as such we could choose how we wanted to engage with the bases. Even though there's a lot of ways to go into this central base that is the yellow natural, I still felt like I was kind of it was kind of a moot point to even have different approach vectors, because we're looking at it and it's like there's no way that I can nullify their advantage, and I can't ignore it. I can't just go around it and slowly piecemeal it apart because of the other things that I mentioned. So it's like at this point it almost doesn't matter which vector we take to attack. I also feel like green is almost an afterthought in terms of where he's placed. Like, if green wasn't there and this was just an expansion, this would probably be a little bit better. But also, if green was like, if this map was expanded to the right and the green was moved to the like lower right of this position, that would probably be better as well. Like, I don't know. This area is a nightmare for pathfinding. These two high ground areas with the ramp, or the high ground area with the two ramps rather. Trying to think if there's any other immediate thoughts that came to me. I don't know if there's any utility in this. That's kind of a concern I have. Like, if you expanded the map to the south and this served as an alternate path down to this base, I could see a world where the AI, if I left this choke unprotected and I just defended like here and then of course the north area, then the AI could like flank me down south. But as it stands, you could just, you know, seal this entire area up and, you know, put another expansion over here or something, add some other value in this area. I don't know, something like that. Because like I'm just wondering like how you would be able to turn this corner into a little bit more useful. The other thing is like, if you compare the older, I don't actually have the old versions, I don't think. Oh no, I still do. Here, I'll do that for you. So if you compare this version of Terran 1 to the version that we're using now, it's going to be a little bit difficult to compare the two because this one has all the placeholders in, so I'm just going to... I'm going to select all non-resource units owned by player 12 and delete them. We'll see what that yields us. Seems like it's going to take a while. Try to do it as quick as possible. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the maps so that you can see why one of them is superior. And it's not just because one of them is larger. I think that's everything. Oh, good. All right, so we're comparing these two maps, right? I'll even save this as in case I need to. So, in this version, this is the old version of Hydra Terran 1. Well, I say old, it's the previous version of the 2.0. And so this was made from scratch. And as you can see, the new version has just expanded the sides to the east and the west. So in this version, everything, like the corners are not used for maneuverability. There's not really any alternate paths you can take around stuff. And so what ends up happening is, like, if you want to siege Orange, for example, you either have to go directly through your ally, or you have to go all the way around your ally to, like, Chestnut or Yellow territory, Chestnut or Olive territory, wrap around, and then attack him there. So this is a very obvious example. Also, this corner is completely useless, and that sort of thing. So basically, as soon as the AI or the player takes bases on the map, they immediately cut off pretty much all rotations through areas. Now, you can say that an AI needs to invest time and resources into cutting off an area. Like, what this AI does, actually, is they do expand all over the place. They build defenses all on the high ground here, all along this ridge, and over here as well. And that's intentional, so that they can try to soak up some pressure for the player, because it's the first map. It's meant to, like, sort of introduce you to a bunch of stuff. And so you've got a dedicated defensive player who also will attack, but mostly spends time trying to lock down their initial area. And if they have enough breathing room, they'll push out and attack. Meanwhile, you've got a much more aggressive AI ally down here that can fall prey to some early harassment because he's not protected like the player is. So that's an example of, like, an AI investing the time and resources required to actually produce a defensive line and cut off rotations. Whereas if you're just talking about taking this base down here and putting one bunker down, that also cuts off rotations, or at least drastically slows them. That's not really what I wanted. I wanted there to be a bit more mobility throughout the map. And the same thing is true for taking this base, cuts off rotations between Chestnut and Olive. Taking this base cuts off, regardless of who takes it, it cuts off rotations through the whole right side of the map pretty much, especially if Olive also has that base. Like, you can see there's a disproportionate amount of map control gained for simply placing a command center and a couple of defensive structures in a certain area. Like, that's not what you want to do. Like, sure, they won't be able to hold against a full frontal army, but that's a lot of map control gained for pretty much no investment. Like, very, very little investment. So you compare that to the new version, and even though it's not that much bigger in terms of map sizes, like, let me get you the exact specifications. Its width is 172. I think this is 160. Or no, it's 140. Okay, so it's 32 pixels wider, or 32 tiles wider. So that's 16 on each side. And with the 16 pixels on the left side, I invested in a way to flank this base. So now you can't exactly nullify it, because if they hold the bridge as well, which is right next to the base area, that you can't just ignore it, but you can flank it so that they have to worry about either investing defenses over here with a bunker and a siege tank or something, or they have to just like invest in defense on the south part. So either way, you can see an area where the Zerg can take advantage of that, and you don't need to worry about the Zerg not being able to breach into player one's territory because of this. I've also added a couple of other expansions here and there, but that's a little bit less pertinent in this particular case. So, like, that's an example of that. I've also added another pathway around the AI ally that, yes, they can be pot shot by tanks or whatever along the way once the ally gets set up, but most of their forces will still survive long enough to come and interact with player one, because otherwise, like, that's just one area where Orange can still fuck with you if you're not careful. I added an expansion up here for Orange's natural, so it's a little bit closer to home. But again, they have to invest in defense, and it's a very small area for buildability, so they don't really have that much in terms of actual build space gained from it. It's a little bit more build space gained from this mineral only up top. But again, you can pretty much ignore that. Like, it's not like by taking this base, they've taken a foothold over here. Like, if you knock out their natural and they still have this base, you can just come down around here and still attack their main. Or if they don't have this base and you're approaching from the east, you can go all the way around just to fuck with their natural instead of engaging with their main. There's like a bunch of different other options there. This base is pretty much the same. There's a high ground mineral only for Chestnut. Chestnut's natural is still down here. But there's another pathway into Chestnut's main that ignores his natural and goes through Olive's base. So Olive can stretch out his main or his natural to lock that off. But if you are able to punch through Olive, if Olive's no longer a factor and you want to attack Chestnut's main directly, you can do so just through the east. And the same is true on the inverse side for your AI ally. You can get he can get ransacked from the east, from Olive, from Chestnut, even from the Zerg, from Zaz, Orange. And so, like, that's an example where there's more breathing room now with just 32 extra tiles. And it didn't take that much effort. It just involved couple of extra ramps here and there. And suddenly there's a lot more maneuverability. Even the corner bases that, you know, they didn't get moved. It's just terrain expanded around them. Those corner bases still have value and still can be flanked. So hopefully that was like a digestible enough crash course on it. Then he wanted me to open up the placeholders. The AI was getting stuck over here. You probably saw that already, though. The Goliaths are getting stuck here. AI is notoriously bad at making sure that they build the machine shop in the right location, but it didn't seem to bug out in this case, so that's fine, I guess. In general, I feel like White's base layout was fine. He took advantage of the ramps, but the ramps being so thin is probably another criticism I had. That was kind of annoying to deal with in general. Try to make them at least as wide as this ramp, which means being one extra tile wider. Let's see. I definitely felt like there were way too many hatcheries. You can still have them spam colonies and stuff. Obviously, it's a little bit harder without creep colonies. I mean, without hatcheries to spread the creep in the first place. But I thought it was fine that they had the number of colonies that they had. It's just that the number of hatcheries were clearly like a disproportionate investment where they had no money after a certain point. The low econ affected the AI as well, for sure. They had no money after a certain point, and they also had a crazy amount of production structures that was like, imagine if half of those weren't there, they'd have so many more minerals to spend on units instead for defense or for attacks. Would have made them a little bit more competent, I think. And it looks like they were supposed to eventually stretch out in here. That's a fine strategy. These two hatcheries would be completely inoffensive if there weren't like 15 in this space. There's actually 15, it looks like, by my count, so that's pretty insane. Yeah, you want like 5 max. Like 1 here in the high ground, and then like 1 over here on the left, 1 on the right, 1 down here. Like that. You could do this with just 4 hatcheries and then spread creep in general. Purple is pretty much the same complaint, but I guess the hatcheries were less of an issue. The fact that they have so much open space to crawl through as well, I think, is kind of a mistake. You want to play around with Z a little bit more. You want to play around with height. I like this little touch here. I didn't even notice this before, the little bridge up there. Even though it doesn't play into the gameplay, it still adds a little bit of flair. I probably would have added some other height or space or something to close this right side off, just to add a little bit more flair as well in that sense. A little bit more intimation that there was some more stuff going on here. Green seems okay. I don't really like that he walls himself off from the other 2 bridges. I have a feeling that would fuck up his pathfinding. That's probably an instance where if the map was wide, a little bit bigger and you had more maneuverability like we were talking about earlier, then you'd be able to find more places for his base. I can imagine struggling with trying to place shit here as well, but while still keeping enough room for units to move around. That's why I would suggest expanding the map a little bit or reworking some of the areas. I like this little catwalk shit. That's nice. Off to the side, a little extended platform. I felt like Orange was constantly rotating his units around and not really finding any way to get out of his base, but that might not be an actual issue. It might just be like the few times that I saw him, he was a little bumbly. Otherwise, I already suggested some change over here in the bottom left, and for sure the map feels way too light on resources. Try and figure out why blue wasn't expanding, and then I guess send it over again. I probably won't be able to give it another run, at least not for a little while, if not a long while. But yeah, blue himself seemed fine as well on layout. Yeah, sure. Happy to be of assistance. Honestly, like, even though I had so much to say that wasn't just praise, obviously. I do have to commend you for trying to improve and trying to make this stuff. And like I was talking about a few times now, pretty much nobody makes RTS content, despite Blizzard being an RTS. So I don't know. I don't know why they don't do that, but I'm very happy that we see more people doing that sort of thing. You can't find the time to make your campaign and then you just leave it, so you'll probably never release anything. Aw, man. It does require a lot of time. But I've seen the work in progresses that you've had before, Heltrix, and I think it's possible to make something high quality. Like, I think you have it in you. Oh, apparently there's a timer from Nightbot? Oh, never mind. This is, I see. I see. That's separate. It's not what I thought it was. Is it blocking them all? What player is Tyrion again? I need... Oh no, this is the right one. Just disable Windows Defender, dude. As long as you don't go on any silly sites, it really shouldn't come back to haunt you. Very minimalist mix here. I was not expecting that. It's hard-coded so that they can't receive them. You'll have to mess around with GPTP. Their infestation is used as their attack. So first you need to fix their AI actions and unit stat, and then you need to go into wherever... I think it's infestation CVP or something. I guess I can take a look right now, actually. Well, nothing's jumping out at me, actually. This is a mess. This used to cause crashes all the time. I don't know if it even has what we're looking for. Let's see. Oops. Unless it's just not denoted in comments. Yeah. You can ask Icor about it. He'll know how to fix that or change that. In some way, anyway. So there's 13 frames in here. Thanks. Is this some kind of joke? Wow. This is some kind of joke. Maybe it'll be fixed now. There we go. Okay, anyway. All right. Hopefully that no longer crashes the game. It's just some really dumb behavior from one of the Python tools. Oh, of course it's Carbot. Why wouldn't it be? There's no exclamation point, man. It's so that if somebody starts a message with Blizzard, Nightbot will fall into a fit of catatonic laughter. It's meant to catch people unawares. This isn't a bad album so far. Well, looks like Hoop Thrower, Balethal, Veeq, you, and Dawn. So 5. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, just a few more now. Yeah, sure. As long as it's done by the end of the stream, I'll play it. Oh, perfect. Even better. Must be his birthday. Tony Hawk dies in any. I like that one. What, did you just finish watching it? Enjoy a lot of exposition. Have you seen the Avengers films, all of them, or just are you watching them in chronological order? Wuck. Right, so you got to do Black Panther and then Endgame, or wait, not Endgame, Infinity War. Infinity War is probably the best one. I won't say much else though. I'll wait for you to do your thing. Alright, AI for that map is done. Alright, so you guys got about 10 more minutes. Heltrix has a little bit more time because he was AFK earlier. Oh, the Hulk film is all the way at the beginning. It's technically a Marvel movie, but it's not the same character. Pretty sure they're just going to retcon that one later. It's technically a Marvel film, I think, but it's not. I don't think they really take that into account with the new guy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I also have to use the bathroom, and I'm going to be a while. So I will catch you guys in about 10 minutes or so. Thanks for hanging out during this, and looking forward to seeing your submissions.